Hello and welcome to Boss Unfiltered. My name is Ray Boss, and today we're discussing the subtle art of finding a great realtor. So before we go any farther, if you find this video to be informative and helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it. I would be very grateful if you would. So why do you even need a realtor? Great question. Let me put it to you like this, all right? Let's say that you want to do a complete gut job on your kitchen, right? Total renovation. Who is the first person that you're going to call? Is it going to be the plumber? Nope. Is it going to be the electrician? Is it going to be the tile guy? Hell no. No, the first person that you're going to call is going to be the general contractor. General contractor is going to come in. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. They're going to find out what your budget is. They're going to ask you what you're trying to accomplish. And then from there, they're going to come up with an astounding design idea. They're going to help set expectations for what the process is going to look like along the way. And then they're going to implement that process. They're going to hire all of those different individuals, the electrician, the plumber, the tile guy, right? And then they're going to make sure that the entire process is as smooth and seamless as possible. And then one day, one glorious day, you're going to walk down the steps, you're going to walk through the hallway, and there before you is going to be the world's greatest kitchen that you have ever seen, the kitchen of your dreams, right? Much the same way. A realtor is the one who's going to meet with you up front. They're going to help set all these expectations. They're going to ask all these questions, finding out what is important to you. They're going to oversee this entire process from start to end. They're going to call in those key players, the lender, the title company, the inspectors, etc., right? And then one amazing day, you are going to go to settlement and you're going to have either sold your home or helped buy a new one. So before we get into what makes a great realtor, let's talk about how you even go about finding one. The best source is going to be through a referral. A referral is, when you contact a friend, a family member, a coworker, ask them, have they had a great real estate transaction recently in the market that you were looking to, partake in? Even better, see if you can find a bunch of individuals who all will point you in the direction of one single agent. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we can all get lucky once, but can we do it consistently? Because that is the mark of a great agent. If you are moving out of town, your first contact could be your local agent. They oftentimes will have a great network of other individuals who they can call, and look, they understand you, they understand the way that you operate, and then they can take that information and match it up with a great agent that hopefully they can find through their network. If that doesn't work, if you are moving because you're being relocated for work, then contact the HR department. Normally they'll have a good partnership with a local agent who can be there to help you. And if not, then reach out to a family or a friend or whoever that you're moving for and see if they can give you a good referral as well. All right, so look, before we get into what makes up a great realtor, I want you to understand something. There is no just one size fits all, right? That just works for everybody. Because if that were the case, then 99% of us would be out of business, right? Instead, think about the guidelines that I'm going to put before you and really conceptualize what is going to work best for you. What does a great agent look like in your mind? So that way, when you take that call with the agent, they're not just selling you on how wonderful they are. No, you can look at those qualities and traits that make up that agent and see if it matches up really nicely with what you were looking for in that realtor. All right, first thing is experience. Experience is so important, right? Because it allows us to have gathered all this information that we've accrued through all of the experiences in our past and gives us the wisdom then to take that and implement whatever they need to, whatever strategies they have learned, etc., into the current situation to find the best solution for you. It allows the agent to not get overwhelmed in the moment, to see the big picture, to hone in on what they really need to, right? That game has slowed down, right? And then from there, hopefully they react. They don't overreact. They remain even keeled, and no moment is too big for them, right? So they can go ahead and represent you because they have all of that experience, all of that wisdom that they have gained through the years. Another great aspect of an experienced agent is that they have developed a really good network of individuals who they trust, right? And that's the key component, is that trust. Do they work well together? Do they communicate well together, right? And they can refer you to anybody that you need, a lender, a title company, inspector, insurance agent. Let's say the home inspection comes back and the roof is bad. You need to be able to get a hold of a roofer. Fine. Here's the person that you need to call. All right, so next up, communication. Communication is so important in the real estate process, and it needs to be established from the jump, right? That first conversation that you have with the realtor is really going to give you a lot of insight into who they are. If they are sitting there and making statement after statement, right, telling you how wonderful they are, it's this giant pitch of all the wonderful things that they do. Look, they're just building themselves up. Who's the most important person, right? I said realtors are second most important in any transaction. The first most important person is you, the client. So you need to make sure that they are asking you questions. And what are those questions? Hey, what are your priorities? What's your situation right now? What's important to you, right? That is the most important thing. Not how many, awards I've won or anything like that. No, it's about what's important to you and, creating a game plan that is going to be tailor-made to your situation. All right, so what is their current activity level in the market that you were targeting, right? That's really important because, look, at the end of the day, I can go into the MLS and I can look up, all right, black and white statistics for any zip code. I can look up what's on the market now. I can look up what's sold. But if I haven't been doing business in those areas, I don't have a good gauge on the market. I can't tell what the temperature is, right? I don't know what the little nuances are. I can't tell you about that supermarket going up down the street and the fact that it's going to have a parking lot that, is going to abut this property. All those different types of information are really key components to making sure that you are making well-informed decisions. All right, so next up, we've got listing agent, buyer's agent, and hybrid agent. There are agents out there that just work with sellers. There are agents who just work with buyers. My opinion, my favorite, not just because it's what I do and the way that I operate my business, but because I truly believe this is best, is that you find that hybrid agent, that one who works with both sellers and buyers. And here's why. Perspective. Perspective is something that is gained by looking through the lens of, a buyer's or for the buyers, right? Or looking through the lens of a seller, right? You're looking through these different lenses so that you can gain, different viewpoints. Let me give you an example. I'm working with you as a buyer. You've targeted this house. You want to write an offer, but unfortunately, there are other offers that have been submitted. If I have just worked with you as a buyer and I don't ever work with sellers, I'm not going to be able to think like that seller. What's going to be important in that situation, right? But because I work with both buyers and sellers now, I can find out, I already know, right, what your priorities are, what is important to you, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. And then I can think like that seller. And then I will marry those two together and I will give you the best opportunity possible to get that offer accepted and beat out all the others. All right, next up is an uncomfortable one. It is availability, because you have to get into the personal business of the agent, and that's okay, right? You can ask them. These are totally fair questions, right? Hey, you got an extended vacation coming up? Do you like to travel a lot? All of those things are okay, but make sure that, A, you are okay with it, and B, you have to make sure that they have a contingency plan in place, right? Do they have an agent who is dedicated to their business while they are out of town? You should be able to meet that agent. Make sure that you're comfortable with them, because there's a good likelihood that you'll be working with them as well. All right. And also make sure that that agent isn't going to be overwhelmed. I mean, it's a lot to take on two businesses. So make sure that they are an experienced agent who has a, manageable workload and will be able to take the time necessary to devote to you. All right, next up, we got the vibes. The vibes are something that are qualitative, not quantitative, right? They are subjective, not objective, right? These are qualities and personality traits that are important. You know, that these are the things that I'm talking about that you have to conceptualize before going in, so that you know if this is going to be a person that you're comfortable with, right? Are you looking for somebody who's upbeat? Or are you looking for somebody who's more stoic? Are you looking for somebody who's very rigid and very business oriented, very business like? Or are you looking for somebody who's going to be a little more loosey goosey, bring the humor to it? You know, look, no answer is right or wrong. It's just about what's right for you, right? That's it. That's it for today. Hey, look, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If you have any ideas of topics that you would like covered in the future, put them in the comments down below. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the flip side.